The Avarians have taken all of their claims so far for the L Gate, and I'm wondering whether or not they're going to try to prolong this war for maybe some extra, materials or systems, or are they just going to flat out end it right now? They have the required territories. No, they lost one. The Xerac territory had been reclaimed somehow by the AI.
What?
I don't know how they got a fleet past him.
Ooh, there is something tasty in Xerac, though. There is a habitat just there.
Yes, there is.
They're gonna have to turn around and grab that. In fact, I believe that is what Black Tide is doing, but it doesn't have the fleet power. No, never mind. It's not.
No it's
way.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, the fleets are going to have to come back. I would say leave a fleet in Ertheus, bring the rest of them back and take Xerac. And just because you have captured all of the territories that you have claimed, that doesn't mean that you can simply settle a white peace immediately, because the other empire isn't going to agree, and goodness gracious, get your gases under control.
So the Divine Imperium currently has their fleet right on the border of the Antharian Republic of Beautification.
Yup, it's finally happening.
But
they've doomstacked. I imagine that there might be a meeting in the near future. In fact, we might be able to listen in when that war declaration comes down, and that war declaration is coming down. It's only a matter of when.
But seen as the Republic of Beautification have 2 L gates in their system, and now the Avarians are getting closer to completing their goal. Well, what I'm assuming to be their goal, I still don't know if that's actually their secret goal or not. If they manage to get that to start before the war actually happens, we might see something else happen instead of an actual war with the Republic of Beautification. Because if the Republic gets at war with both the Empire and an L-Gate event, that might be the end of the Republic of Beautification. In fact, actually, if that ends up happening before the war, the Republic of Beautification might give in willingly and wanting to join the Imperium for protection.
We are now about to swap over to emergency diplomatic transmission.
All right.
Between
Is that
whom?
Well, you see, what's about to happen is that the Divine Imperium want to talk to the Antharian Republic of Beautification.
Yep, we were literally, I think like less than 5 minutes ago, we were saying that we expect to be listening to them.
For too long, this so-called Beautification Republic has pushed unrealistic standards of beauty upon the entire universe. We all feel terrible that we cannot meet these expectations. We are therefore have no choice but to declare a state of war exists between the Divine Imperium and the Antharian Republic of Beautification. Unless you'd just like to surrender now and we can forget the whole war thing.
Why do we have to fight when we can just help you be pretty?
Yes, I think I'm already pretty on the inside, but you only care about the outside, and it's these self-esteem issues that are really at the heart of this conflict.
So, do you have anything to say to try and convince them to not attack, perhaps?
My argument is too powerful.
Well, I was left in not the greatest of situations. So, a fleet is not really something we currently have to fight anything.
Oh, wonderful. That's good to know.
I would much rather not fight right now.
No, I bet you would. I wouldn't want to fight me either.
As long as you don't interfere with my plans to make everything pretty, then I don't see a problem with anything.
Ah, okay. No, it sounds like we got some common ground here. So, we'll send the vassalization demands shortly. And, yeah, we don't need any bloodshed. Excellent.
Okay, then. This is fine with me.
So this is the surrender of the Antharian Republic, at least for the time being.
Don't talk them out of it.
Are communications still open?
That they are.
Hi, as a further representative of the Antharian Republic of Beautification, we would just like to inquire what sort of vassalization requirements, demands are present. And of course, we don't want any sort of miscommunication to be the case. We think everyone is beautiful in their own right, but they have the potential to become more beautiful. We don't want to put pressure of unrealistic standards. Of course, we're masters of genetic manipulation, is what we've come to call it. Although I think Douglas is the one who came up with that, and that's not the proper term. Anyways, we think you're beautiful, but you can be prettier if you'd let us help. So if you could get some clarification for what the actual requirements or demands are. Obviously, you're very powerful, and we respect that.
Here is the clarification. In moments, you will receive a demand for vassalization. You will press yes, and if you press no, there will be war.
Right. Then what happens after we are vassals of your respectable empire?
Let us find out together.
I don't think we have a choice, really. But perhaps we can work on your attitude not being as ugly. Perhaps maybe we can prettify that too in the future.
You dare say I have an ugly attitude? Me?
Well, listen to the tone you're talking to us right now. We're being cooperative and understandably concerned about what's going to happen for us. But
I was struck by lightning as a child. That's why I talk like this.
An electrical discharge struck you as you were an infant?
From the heavens, it was a sign of divine providence.
I see.
And with all this science, you didn't try to fix it?
No, all the emperors are made emperor when they're struck by lightning as children. It's how the government functions. Are you not aware of this?
That doesn't sound very good way to have elected leaders of an... Okay.
You know what? Perhaps we can work on that. We'll have some of our scientists relay some communication and data packets to you. We have extensive genetic manipulation, and maybe we can correct any sort of irregularities and deformities that may have happened from that inception.
I have to say, this is the strangest declaration of war I have ever been a part of.
Well,
we go from me declaring war on you to you opposing demands on me.
Have you declared war on the Antharian Republic of Beautification before?
Have I declared war on it before? Is there a frequent flyer thing? If I declare war on you 5 times,
that's the point. So new things, new communications, new opportunities. But yes, we have no choice, as it would seem to succumb to your impressive might and all of that.
Yeah, jeez. Okay. So that's a yes on the surrender.
Yes, I believe so. I will consult with our ruler in question. Yes.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, do not have a choice in this.
Yes. We'd rather continue existing than not existing at all.
Wonderful. You have to understand, fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword.
Well, perhaps this is a good thing. Perhaps maybe we're becoming a part of a bigger purpose. As long as we still get to be beautiful and spread our message and belief of beauty and share it with the rest of the cosmos, I think we're okay with that.
Yeah, okay. Obviously I have a bit of an agenda here, but I think you're going to love it.
Okay, we do like surprises.
Yes. All right, wonderful.
All right, I think this was productive.
Perfect, because my accent has gotten away with me, so I need to figure out what I sounded like originally and get back to that.
Perfect.
All right, cheerio. See you in the Empire.
Be well.
What just happened?
That's a great question, and we are trying to discern that.
I think that how this shakes out is abundantly obvious, though I'm not sure that either of them is certain anymore.
Nope.
War has been declared. I wonder whether or not they will give in immediately or try to wait this out.
I imagine that they will surrender immediately. That was a part of the deal. The fleet is moving. The fleet in Terra
that was a
Bellum
part of the
is
proposition. Nobody.
But
I
they've
don't think anyone
declined
actually
the
said yes, we agree.
vassalization. Yeah, no, they declined vassalization.
Colony
Oh,
established.
they're going to make
Okay.
them fight for it. Okay.
Yeah. With my thoughts of having war being ugly, I'm surprised that they accepted this.
Well, I mean, it's beauty on their own terms, I suppose. Now, who else is moving? We do have, we already have some armies that are moving in. They're probably going to move systematically through. I'm curious if they're going to try to just prolong the war. The problem is that the Republic of Beautification has one route out, and that route is going to very soon be controlled by the Divine Imperium.
The chat.
The Divine Imperium shouting, "We had a deal, Antharians. We had a deal."
Not much of a deal in my opinion, but a deal nonetheless.
Now, these are the Federation fleets that are being used to take this, and I like this. I think it's very easy to just sort of let the Federation fleets fall by the wayside, but as we brought up earlier, this is a considerable fleet, and all the members are contributing some of their fleet capacity into the Federation fleet, which is under direct control of the Hegemon, which is to say the Divine Imperium. There's the immediate surrender.
I was gonna say it had to have happened soon, but I wanted to point out if it continued,
There we go.
the Antharian Alliance has completed their war and has access to the special project to activate the L gates. If they had gone through with this during that war, that
You're
would have
right.
been very, very interesting. Now,
Right.
even though the war has ended, now it brings in a different issue. Since now the war has been completed and they are considered a vassal, the Divine Imperium is required, well, they are forced to go in and defend their newfound vassals if war is declared upon them. They are forced into those wars. Now, they don't actually have to move the fleets if they don't want to, but not defending one of their vassals might cause an issue for the other vassals to rely and even be willing to continue to follow the Divine Imperium.
Right.
But with this L-Gate event, did you just see that? The Xuman Overmind has now overtaken the Divine Imperium in fleet strength.
There was a
matter of
short
months.
battle. There was a short battle that happened, but this isn't surprising. Remember what I was talking about earlier. The Xumans absolutely have the ability to blow past the Divine Imperium. The question was just when they were going to do it. They had the alloy stockpile. They had the energies to upkeep. Hello, DJ.
Are the Xumans in a federation with the Refuge?
Oh,
We were a little
My
bit
word.
distracted, and
Yeah, no, a lot's been going on. I just noticed it.
the happy,
Yeah.
friendly neighbors.
when did that happen?
Yes.
That
Wait a minute,
happened.
no, that's
it
been
happened.
there
No,
for
it
a
happened-
while now.
No, it hasn't been there for a while now
No,
because
that's not been there that long. Yeah,
that is
yeah.
very new. Look at the levels. They have +3 to cohesion.
Apparently it was about
but they're
30 minutes ago, but we were on slowest for a good period of that.
Yeah,
so-
I mean,
Yeah,
game
yeah.
time-wise, it hasn't been, but I
No.
remember seeing and reading Happy Friendly Neighbors when we were first talking about the potential spark for that war. I saw it and I didn't
Oh, it
even
says when
trigger
it
in
was
my
formed
mind.
in the top left, 2284, so it's 4 years old.
Okay, so
now-
not that.
Oh, hang on.
Now they're
and
even
the-
higher.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
interesting.
The horizon signal.
Yep.
Or are you just going to ignore
What
that?
that was. Yeah, I think we're moving on from that. Okay. So my thought. So the thing that I want to move on to is, I think that there are instructions to ignore that. So don't worry about it. The ruined ring sections. They're
wait,
going to
wait.
take. What's up?
The black hole, the Antharian Alliance, they are currently activating the L gate. They're at
All right.
27, 29. It is happening fast.
All right.
This is going to happen
keep
within
our
the
eye
next
on it.
60 seconds. We're going to see what occurs with the rest of the galaxy and what event is going to unfold and how the galaxy responds. Now, there are a lot of alliances, so people will be defending each other, all except for the Antharian Alliance. They are the only ones who are not in some sort of federation. So, depending on what event it is, they might not even have to be concerned.
It's possible. Opening the L gate yourself precludes you from immediate ramifications, but it also means that you get access to the L cluster immediately. And you can see that, that is a science ship, that's another science ship. They are ready to jump in and start looking through it.
Yeah,
I'm beginning
they
to
have
think that their secret
construction
goal...
ships waiting too.
I'm beginning to think that their secret goal was...
Here we go.
There we go. Eldrakes.
Eldrakes. Eldrakes have emerged from all L gates.
And let's see where exactly all of them are.
They are
First of all,
immediately entering other players' territories right now.
I'm taking a peek. I'm not
They
seeing
have
anything.
two of them going through the Chorch system and two more in their homeworld. Sorry, one more. Wait a minute, no. No, my mistake. That's the enigmatic cache. So they only went through one of the L gates. So he has two of them in one system, and I don't think he even has the fleet to deal with one of those, let alone two in his territory.
Where are they going?
I'm not quite certain. Let's see here. Did they try going through the L gate to see what was on the other side? It doesn't look like they have.
Not yet. Not yet.
The Eldrakes don't attack.
What do they do? Right. They don't, like I was going to say, they're not red. What are they doing?
Yeah, no, they get to train them.
Right.
Maybe.
They get to what? I have actually not had this event happen in my own games before.
I have. It's just been a very long while. It wasn't up for long enough to read it. But yes, this could move the balance of power quite a bit.
What do they do? Do you remember?
You have the opportunity to train them, but they are mostly docile. The biggest thing that's going to change is that, well, the Avarian Alliance is going to have the opportunity to grab the L cluster and grab some nanites for themselves.
Okay, so if they manage to get the L cluster, the Avarian are going to be in a very powerful diplomatic position to offer their territory to whichever empire or really federation now would be willing to use that as a strategic advantage. It is being able to use so the L gates are their own system or their own group of jump gates essentially. L gates, any L gate connect to another L gate. So if an L gate is in an enemy's territory, you can use that. You can jump from your L gate to the terminal egress, and then from that system to any other L gates. So if you control terminal egress, any other L gate in the game is opened up for you to use, even if it's in enemy territory. So that is of strategic importance if they could get it first, which they have not entered the other system yet. I wonder why they're delaying.
Yeah, I feel like they've been a little bit slow on the uptake for most things at this point. The L gate is open. Their ships are just waiting there.
They're just sitting there with no orders.
They have a lot of things queued up. I think that they're just a little bit behind everything. I would like to turn our attention.
Somebody's over there. The Republic of Beautification got there first.
You're kidding me.
No.
If they...
so
now...
as I had said, even though the Avarians were the first ones to open it, anybody who is nearby an L gate can get there. So it's technically up for grabs. However, the Avarians had the advantage because they knew when it was going to go off. So the moment it went, they could have been poised and ready to enter through that L gate system. But
now...
okay, now we have three other empires in the area now. The Avarian Alliance, the Madron Equalizer, the Belladros Alliance. So 2 humans and 2 AI are currently in that system. And then they all left.
The Avarian Alliance have managed to bring in 2 science ships, and they should be able to survey this system faster if they just get them moving. Give them a boot in the booty.
Yeah, if they don't take advantage of this, the empire that has this will control the war for the galaxy, if there is one.
Yes.
It looks like, oh, there is a megastructure. Which megastructure is that for the Overmind? Oh, it's just a habitat. No, there's a nexus site. There is a science nexus being constructed for the Xuman Overmind. They are going ridiculously hard into technology.
Yeah. I can't help but wonder if that has to do with their secret goal. Is there a particular technology that they were encouraged to discover?
Maybe they have a goal of producing one of every megastructure. Or no, that's a huge goal.
It is a huge goal. I think that's unrealistic, and he has been unbelievably quick. And he still is nowhere near to completing that. So I don't think so.
So who is going to get the L gate first? There's actually stations being put down now. There had been stations. We just couldn't see it because of the it's off the map in the darkness. The Imperial Chocolat Covenant and the Antharian Alliance have placed down stations, but the Chocolate Company currently have terminal egress itself, which is huge. I wonder if anybody has the goal of moving to the L cluster.
Like entirely?
Like entirely.
How do you mean moving?
So, granted, there are no habitable worlds here, but they can still build megastructure ring worlds, as well as build habitat stations. Now, that is a big goal, because they have to claim it first. But I mean, it's possible. That would be a really hard goal. Or maybe they could just, the goal could just be to move into it, not move everybody.
Hi, DJ.
Just jumping in briefly to explain a brief DM moment that just happened. So there was a minor mechanical error where the Avarians didn't quite get their construction ship in time. The L cluster belongs to the Avarians. They'll be handing over that system because there are things that need to happen.
All right.
Okay.
Then my assumption of the Avarians' goal of just taking the L cluster, not necessarily opening the gates, may have been right. So going back through the ascension perks of these other empires, I still see that several of the potential contenders for being allowed to choose the crisis event still have not chosen that, and still have ascension perks available to choose that.
We have, what relics? I think that we should take a moment and look at all of the relics that people have managed to nab. Now, there's the Surveyor. The Surveyor is nice, especially if you don't have any other relics that you want to do. The activation cost is very cheap. It's just 500 energy. The Ether Drake trophy just passively gives you plus 10% monthly unity, which is well surpassed 1k for Stefan and the Xumans so far. The active effect gives plus 10% happiness, not necessarily something that he will care terribly much about, because he's,
and that monthly unity isn't giving him the biggest bonus, because he is already at nearly full. Actually, he's finished his tradition trees, and he is on his last ascension perk, having yet to choose it. He couldn't be waiting to choose that at a critical moment in the game.
Well, you get unity edicts.
That is true.
Yeah,
yes,
then they can be
edicts.
very strong.
Do you want to jump into the automated dread? Oh no, I think you missed it. Automated.
What?
It's gone.
Oh, it's just gone.
Yeah,
the automated dreadnought was the other Leviathan.
Yeah, as is the dragon. I missed the dragon, but I saw the dreadnought.
Well, there it goes.
Well, the Ether Drake is still there. Sorry, not the Ether Drake. The Dimensional Horror is still there, having yet to be destroyed.
Yeah, but that's not in Xuman space. I think it's going to be a good long while before that thing gets bopped.
So check out the the Beautification, the Republic of Beautification, in their Eye of Hawking, an AI has taken control of the Eye of Hawking.
It's because they opened the L gates.
Yeah, they have left that L gate unoccupied for too long, and now an AI has a way into their front door.
Why didn't they take it?
I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're getting a little border gory here. I kind of appreciate it. Oh, the Madron Equalizers also are using a wormhole to grab a little bit of Stefan's territory, or excuse me, the Xuman's territory, because we should point out there are some very interesting role players and I'd say cosplayers at this point that are controlling the Xumans, because they are essentially telling Stefan what they want him to do, or Zephon, if you will.
Yes.
The AI, by the way, are just on normal difficulty, and they are set to low aggressiveness.
And that is likely... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, they are there. They're not there to be aggro. Although something I'd like to point out, looks like the Madron Equalizer has moved in and occupied a ton of territory from the Moby Dick anti-eco-politique. They've been a thorn in the side. I was really expecting them to just disappear in the first few hours of today. But neither the Imperium nor the Imperial Chocolat Covenant have made any moves to really stamp them out. Obviously, a little bit of territory was taken down here because the border gore was annoying, but that never materialized into anything further.
You know, I'm taking another look at the Refuge, and granted, they have taken the megastructure for the ring world, which I have not yet looked at to see whether they have it under control or not. But they are really close in their engineering tree to getting the megastructure engineering.
Okay. Yeah, I think that the big thing that's been holding them back is alloys. Let's see how much closer they are. They're saving up alloys, but they're only getting 26 per month. It's going to be a while before they can properly repair any of them.
That is very true, and they don't even have the energy income to buy the alloys that they will need to actually fix those ring worlds. Who all is voting for it? So the Xuman Overmind has not voted for the Better Tomorrow. The Divine Imperium is in support for it so far. The Refuge hasn't done anything for it. The Imperial Chocolate Covenant has not done anything. The Avarians have not voted for it.
Oh my god.
And the Antharians have not either. What?
Someone in chat suggested, check the slime pit. Nothing but livestock there. 38 livestock and 10 farmers. And the crime rate is at 93%.
Do you think that their goal is to get 100% crime?
It would be funny. Maybe make it into a penal
enforcer jobs on the planet, but they have nobody working it.
Have they upgraded the building?
Yeah, they have.
No, they have not. No, they've upgraded it.
Yeah, they've upgraded it, but they have nobody working it right now.
What's going on? What is happening?
I don't know.
They just refuse to move pops onto it. Like they even have prioritized bureaucrats. They are just not worried at all. They could just have 2 telepaths and they'd be fine. Like that would put the crime back down. They wouldn't have to worry. Maybe they just turn it into a penal colony eventually.
You know what? That is a likelihood. They could be turning it into a penal colony. You're right. Penal colony being a technology that allows you to choose a planet and designate it being a crime world, essentially, and increases that planet's crime by, I believe, 100%, but reduces all other planets in your empire's crime by, I think it was 25%. Oh, I also want to point out that the Divine Imperium have the side jump drive technology.
You are correct. I literally just found it. And they're working on making mega shipyards, or a mega shipyard. That's on the way.
They are currently going through the research technology for the mega shipyard. Mega shipyard being, at the time, I'm not sure as of this expansion, Mega Shipyard being one of the easiest mega structures to build completely. Now, when it comes to some of the top tier Ascension perks, there is the Wonders Ascension perk. This will allow you to build the most important buildings in the game, the Ring World, the Matter Decompressor, and the Dyson Sphere. However, in order to unlock the Galactic Wonders, you need to have fully repaired or upgraded a mega structure. So going for that mega shipyard not only is strategically advantageous, but since it is one of the easiest ones to fully upgrade, or at least was, I don't know if it still is, you can then get that Ascension perk that much easier.
Well, they don't need it. They have the Interstellar Assembly, remember?
Did they upgrade that? Oh, that's right.
Are
didn't have that
100.
nearby.
They are
You right.
100 days from finishing it.
Right, so that's going to give them that much more diplomatic weight and envoys. They are already at 10 envoys. What are they doing with their envoys right now? Spy network, spy network, spy network, and another spy network. They are spying on 4 different empires right now, one of them being a player empire, the Republic of Beautification. Now, why would they be spying on their own vassal? I mean, granted, the Empire of Beautification gave them quite a bit of trouble when they were demanding vassalship. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, no, I'm just kind of admiring the Interstellar Assembly right now. But it's just weird. Why would they continue to spy on them when they are vassalized?
Interesting. So I believe, because I just saw the animation right now, that the Divine Imperium are currently terraforming their worlds. Changing
Into
them,
what?
I believe, continental worlds.
That makes sense. There definitely is a human bent to everything that they do. This isn't being terraformed. I haven't been seeing a lot of terraforming, but they're terraforming their inhabited worlds, correct?
Oh, their empire capital is now in Ecumenopolis.
Oh, that is a big deal, actually.
They're going to be able to start pumping out alloys like crazy. With the Ecumenopolis, you have way more districts at your disposal, including the arcology foundries. Sorry, the foundry arcologies. This is going to let them skyrocket to first place with their military, which you actually already see under. Oh no, my mistake. I was mistaking that for the Xuman Overmind. The Divine Imperium is actually at war right now. What are they going to war for?
They're going to. Oh, they're finally taking care of the anti-eco politique.
Ah.
Finally.
War of aggression. So are they taking claims?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't have to look. I know that they are. I'm still amazed, although the Madron Equalizer already has claims and has...
well, they finished that war, so now it makes it... Okay.
I am surprised how little the Imperial Chocolat Covenant has expanded, actually. How much influence do they have? Let me take a quick peek. They have 585. They should be grabbing Kavzek. They really need to get rid of those shardlings. They need to get rid of all of these crystals down in Hadoofis. I feel like that they have the fleet to do it. They easily have the fleet to do it.
Yep.
There is just for 100 years, and we are now over 100 years into the game.
Colony established.
There are a surprising number of systems that have gone unclaimed.
It looks like the Senate is currently going for building a better tomorrow, and a majority of the players are abstaining from the vote. We are halfway through this vote, and the Imperium is for the vote, which is swaying it heavily towards the supporting side.
Hi. Just to confirm to you, you are correct, Fred. 44 minutes remaining today.
Okay.
I will stop play 10 minutes before the end and just drag everyone together to have a closing session for the day.
And do we get to know everyone's secret goals?
Tomorrow, at the end of the session.
Okay.
The end of the session tomorrow.
Okay.
If my plans go to plan, some of them will be obvious by that point, but you know.
And remember, like, we know some of them, but there's a lot that DJ is explicitly letting us know that we don't know.
Yeah. It's part of the fun.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
The Avarian Alliance just joined the Federation with the Xuman Overmind. They are now a part of the Happy Friendly Neighbors.
No,
wait. Did they not? What
The
happened?
variants have joined the Happy Friendly Neighbors.
Yeah, they have.
The Divine Imperium. Isn't it?
No,
Nope.
it's the Avarian Alliance.
They
The
have joined
Avarian
the
Alliance.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was the Divine. No, it's where the colors are so similar.
Yeah, the Avarian Alliance. Yeah, you scared me. The Avarian Alliance
I
just
got worried
joined.
for a moment.
Yeah, the Avarian Alliance just joined the Happy Friendly Neighbors on the southern edge of the map. The galaxy is now, I wouldn't call it neatly split. We still have a few AI buffer states that the Divine Imperium have been dragging their heels about dragging into the hegemony. But I cannot imagine that they will retain their autonomy for terribly much longer.
I thought for sure that we were going to have a much bigger problem with the Outgates, and maybe the Republic of Beautification might have fallen to it, or at least mostly fallen to it. But
They
that
got
ended up
lucky.
not being the case.
They got lucky.
Well, seeing as it is a chance at what event happens, although knowing DJ, he doesn't like leaving things up to chance. It could have been bad.
No, DJ was saying that like he had no idea. The L-Gates, the L-Gates were a wild card.
Yep, complete wild card. As I said, the mistake I made is I planned for if the Avarians managed to open the L-Class Star, and if they didn't. What I failed to plan for was them opening it, but not capturing it. I messed up in my planning, and I do want to apologize for that, everyone. That was a massive oversight on my behalf. And that's why that had to happen.
There's another war going on between Divine Imperium, or the Masters of the Universe, and the Madron Equalizer.
Yeah, they're just grabbing
A
all the
tributary.
territory. Remember when I was saying that these AI empires are not going to last terribly much longer? This is why. Pretty soon, the galaxy is going to be split between the Happy Friends and the Masters of the Universe.
But now that it is going to be split, I wanted to repoint out the wormholes in the galaxy. We have the wormhole that goes from, the Madron Equalizer, all the way down to the back door of, literally in the backyard of the Friendly Neighbors.
I mean,
think
after... We still are waiting on the crisis, by the way.
Yeah.
We've seen nothing.
Don't forget,
don't know
it's
how the
set to
game
year
calculates
100. It's
Yes.
set to year 100, so I believe with the new calculations, the earliest it can spawn is year 115.
Understood. I'm just kind of satisfyingly watching the Divine Imperium roll all of their corvettes around and nab systems. It's just been an endless roll.
I do gotta say that I find it rather... What?
Jumping in, sorry, two things. First of all, Winch, people keep saying this, end of the cycle is not disabled in multiplayer anymore. It was at one point. It is no longer. It could happen. In fact, we had a moment where one of the teams thought that they had it. If it happens, dependent on the team, will depend on whether I say yes or no to them doing it. Yeah. If it makes sense for their team's story, then yes. If it doesn't, then no. But they have to convince me as DM with that. Yeah. The second thing is people are discussing the Twitch drops. Down below the stream, there is a guide to this. I'm just going to quickly read it out. So you have to watch 30 minutes. Oh, what?
The Unbidden.
The Unbidden.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it disappeared. I didn't get to read it.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. What you need to know is that the crisis has spawned. Let's go nod and say hello.
Should we
Where?
slow down the game and do a galactic meeting on this?
I think so. To be honest, where have they spawned?
That's what I'm trying to... Oh, there they are.
Spawned up
North, in the Divine Imperium.
Yep. No.
Oh, boy.
They should be railroaded by
Look.
A-Spec.
Oh,
Look at
no. This is very bad. The Divine Imperium have a full
Oh, they're
strength.
still at 40.5k. Okay, yeah, maybe we do need to.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to
let's
do
slow it
something.
down and have a
Contemplating the
meeting.
crisis is going to be absolutely no problem whatsoever, and it's actually a bit of a problem. So
It's
I'm going to
not-
tell Max to slow the game.
Please. All right, let's
Help,
get the community
please.
together to discuss this massive turn of events in the galactic community. I want to know, chat, who do you think is going to win? Do you think the players are going to be able to pull out of this if they manage to group together?
This is
Are they
kind
going to
of
be able to
dicey.
pull together?
Oh god, yeah. If the players group
different
together,
side?
they can murder it.
If they group together, the Xuman and Overmind are going to need to be
They are.
allowed in.
Yeah. The Zoomans are needed to help.
The zoom ins.
But anyway, right, I'm
gotta
going to get
through.
everyone together.
All right. Well, this just got spicy because right now, the Unbidden are
Now,
cutting a swathe through
The
the
difficulty
territory.
is based off of the time in which it spawns and the power of the players. But seeing as how powerful Xuman is, that probably had something to do with how powerful the event is. I mean, we have several players who are way higher than an average player would be at this point in the game. So it is surprising to see how strong these guys are, but I did expect them to at least pose somewhat of a threat. But wow, this is
Brutal.
bad.
This is going to be brutal, and I don't know how well the Divine Imperium are going to come out of this, frankly. Even if they manage to throw them off, it's going to bog them down a
jeez.
lot. Yeah.
I'm being told that Stefan is currently cleaning them up right now.
Oh, here they come.
Oh, you could jump into the council room. We are going to go to our transmission incoming screen, and then the
All
next.
right.
Yes, we will be with the council.
All right, we'll see you
Understood.
guys over there. Hold tight.
Yesterday, December something, 2316, a date that will live in infamy. The Divine Imperium was suddenly and deliberately attacked by the Unbidden. Now, no matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the Divine Imperium and its righteous might will win through to absolute failure, probably. So, needing a lot of help immediately, as quickly as possible, very quickly. I can't stress this enough. That they're heading for the slime pit, and if we lose the slime pit, the soul of the nation is over.
We are fully armed and ready to come to the Empire's aid. Unfortunately, the logistical differences mean the slime pit is under threat, and we call on all sentient species around the galaxy to assist us in this righteous endeavor for our glorious Emperor. We will be sending all the support we can, but the galaxy needs to rise to the occasion and drive them back from where they came.
Damn straight. Haram, haram. Seconded.
Okay, so now we turn to the military power of the galaxy. The Zoomans, I believe. Do you know these guys? They're from the Shroud. Do you know these guys?
They're from the Shroud?
They are from the Shroud. Yeah.
They don't seem that familiar at all. I don't remember anything like this ever existing at all whenever we were one part of the Shroud. I feel like we would have bumped into each other in the hallway.
Ah, okay. Well,
So to speak, I suppose. They're not familiar at all. It's honestly terrifying that something like that could exist without our knowledge.
So you pledge your support in defending the Empire.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if they're
we got nothing else going on.
Hold on. I have an idea. Back of the hive mind brain speaking here. We believe that over the course of our relations with the Empire, we have been continuously deceived by the Emperor. We have asked repeatedly.
No.
This is ridiculous.
We have been persistent in our questions, and they have been persistent in their lies.
Speak on it.
All we ask for is the truth about the Shroud.
Thank you.
For assistance.
Thank you.
Oh, you wanted to know about... I thought you asked about actor Tony Shalhoub. That's on us. Yeah, we know what the Shroud. What were you looking for?
Cease your games.
We want to know the way back.
Okay, you got a pen?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you want to take 4th Street for about a mile and a half. Now, you're going to see a Shopper's Drug Mart. You take a right, and you're there. I can't make it any clearer.
More games, more lies, more deceptions.
Look, I can only show you the road. It is you who must drive down to it.
Well, I wrote it down just in case.
Now, this does sound like baloney. But
What?
if it happens to be the truth, we will help you in exchange for the truth.
I mean, the other... Okay, I don't want to read into things. But you're trying to get back to the Shroud, is that right?
That's all we want, yes.
All right,
all we
man.
want from you is the truth.
There is a
We've been pretty
giant
clear.
terror in reality in the Chariot system with interdimensional
Got it.
beings, possibly from the Shroud, coming out of it. So, go there, fight the Shroud, and maybe you'll find a way back. I don't know.
Maybe the hole can stay open for long enough to slip back in.
Yeah, it's a big hole. I'm sure I can fit all ya.
Well, it's the best we've got so far.
Yeah.
We might just pop in there and, while we got the chance and, if something goes
That
wrong
is
in
true.
this galaxy, we're sorry. Good luck and everything, but we got to explore our options, of course.
Okay, but the whole abandoning the galaxy will make that Plan B, right? And then Plan A would be saving us.
I do remind
Yeah,
the
we'll see what
Xumans, like you said, you got nothing going on at the moment. You got a general goal, but like, what better way to explore all possible options than by at least exploring engaging the unbidden? They may know something as well. You should at least try to engage them in communication and
That
see
is
what you can
true.
do on that front.
What
Seconded.
are the Unbidden currently doing? Are they sieging your planets and whatnot?
There hasn't been much of a siege. It's mostly they roll in and take the star system and move on to the next. And they're heading straight for the slime pit. Won't someone think of the slime pit?
All right. Well, I feel like this is our only
I'm
lane.
going to have to jump in here because
Yeah.
I want to move on to other representatives. I feel that perhaps the Empire and the Xumans might need to talk to each other more overnight before they there might be some bargaining to be done here. So turning to the Antharian Beautification Committee, one can't help but notice that you're currently under the yoke of the Empire. Perhaps I could suggest that you offer to fight for them, perhaps for your freedom?
We can try to fight. I can't promise how effective that's going to be.
I said nothing about the effectiveness of your fighting. I simply said that you'd offer to fight for your freedom.
I mean, if they really want us to just quite literally throw ships at them, we can do that. I don't know what they're going to accomplish.
We will trade 1 freedom for each of your ships lost. That's my
1 freedom
best I
per
can
ship.
do. Yes.
What does that even mean?
That 1 freedom would be
I think the
100
Emperor
military-
makes a generous deal. I think
Yeah.
it's in your best
What-
interest to take.
What do I do with 1 freedom? Can I take that to the store?
Yeah, do whatever you want. It's good stuff.
Okay.
Do you know how many slaves you can buy with 1 freedom? It's a lot, let me tell you.
We have a lot of slaves apparently, so yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay. And then, last but not least, I would argue this is quite interesting, so I'll be interested to hear what the Avarians think about this.
I have absolutely no idea what's happening right there at the Divine Imperium, to be honest. This is absolutely out of my reach, and I was clearly focused in establishing the Happy Friendly Neighbors Alliance down here. So my focus is absolutely here. So, of course, if the Emperor needs help, I would try my best to help him, but I think it would take a decade to get there. So I don't know if that would be that best option. So I think I'm just going to stay at home and say good luck.
Oh, well, thank you so much for the wish of good luck. That's great. I take back all those terrible things I said about you. Good luck.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem. And of course,
Loosely translated, that was, nah, it's a northern problem. Signed, the South.
that's true, yes.
And then last but not least, the Refuge. Bo, You gonna get
Yes.
involved?
Wherever we can gain more QA testers for York's Ventures, we will be at. And as has been promised to us by the Xumans, Overminds, we will get them if we go into a war together. So we will go wherever the Xumans go.
Interesting.
Was that a spawn point plan, by the way?
Absolutely not. I had nothing to do with it. I'm not that. Freak and I aren't that clever.
I can see through your lies.
No. If I had done that on purpose, I would be laughing and I would be giggling and I would tell you, and you know I would, because I wouldn't be able to not crow over it. But everybody, at this point, we have actually, as if I planned it, come to the very end of today's stream. So a few thank yous are in order. First of all, thank you to all of you guys who are here who have streamed. Also, everyone who streamed who isn't here, who streamed earlier and everything like that. Thank you to everyone. You have been an utter pleasure, and this has been amazing. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
It's been a pleasure.
Bye, everyone.
Remember the shroud.
Absolutely great.
Bye.
Yeah.